Hey guys, welcome back to yet another episode of Park Review, and in this episode I'm just going to be going over Pipe Spring National Monument, the final one, at least for now, of parks that I visited. So, let's get on with the video. So Pipe Spring National Monument is located in northern Arizona, northern Arizona, and is also located on the Kaibab Paiute Indian Reservation. And it's a nice small park. It's about a 2-hour drive from the North Rim of the Grand Canyon, about a 3-hour drive from the South Rim. Actually, no, I think it's like 1.5, sorry. But, Pipe Springs National Monument showcases off it's more of like a western, like kind of settling to west. It's kind of the story the park has. And basically, it's a nice small park, and if you're heading to the Grand Canyon or heading up from Arizona to Utah or Utah to Arizona, really highly recommend Pipe Spring National Monument. You can easily make a 2-hour visit at Pipe Spring National Monument. Now, if you didn't see the vlog for Pipe Spring National Monument, that is totally okay, but I will have like a card right up here of the vlog if you want to go check it out. Had a really fun time there, and you'll get to see pretty much my experience visiting Pipe Springs. So basically what we did, we first went to the visitor center. We got there right as it opened. Fun planning and whatnot. I mean, we did drive into the Virgin River Gorge right before that, but we made it there perfectly on time, and we had a fun time. So I know one of the rangers there. I am so sorry. I'm out in my backyard, and the neighbors' kids are playing pretty loudly today, but I know one of the rangers there, and she gave us a tour of the park and whatnot. So they brought us into Windsor Castle, which is the main feature of the park, and basically the upstairs was closed to visitors, and she gave us a nice tour of the upstairs and all that, because at the time it was closed. The visitor center, the bookstore was not open, but the exhibits were, and we watched the park film and whatnot, and it was a really, really nice visit. And like I said, the reason I know this ranger is because she's the one. So this Pipe Spring was the very first park I wrote a flat ranger letter to. I gotta do a video about that, but it's pretty much where you send a letter like with a flat Stanley to a park, and write them a bunch of questions, and in return ask if they could send back stuff. Really fun thing to do with kids and all that. It's really fun. But Pipe Spring was the first one I wrote to, and it was Ranger Tara that responded to our letter, and she did a really good job at answering our questions that me and my other siblings had when we wrote to the park. And basically, it's a really nice, fun, short park you can do. There's even a trail that goes up to the ridge right, still in the park boundaries, but you can go to the top of this bridge, and overlook pretty much the entire reservation and kind of the Arizona Strip. And yeah, that's what we did at Pipe Spring National Monument. What to expect when you go to Pipe Spring National Monument? Okay, so it's a very small park. If you're going from the fall to the spring, it's gonna be a small park. It's gonna be fairly not crowded, guys. I know when we went, there were like maybe 2 or 3, 4 other groups in the entire park. So, and then again, it was early in the morning, but still, yeah. And like I said, don't expect the bookstore to be open during the non-visitation time of the year, but yeah. Anyway, it's not crowded, except it gets sort of crowded when it comes to the summertime, like it is right now, and you can basically expect that. And it's fairly accessible. I mean, it's right off of I think it's a state road. Yeah, it's right off a state road, paved. It's pretty accessible. It's just out kind of in the middle of nowhere, except it's like a 10-minute drive from Fredonia and 15-minute drive from Kanab. So I mean, hey, if you have time, go and visit Pipe Spring. Really worth it, worth the visit. And yeah, so basically visit Pipe Spring. It's pretty accessible. It's pretty close to cities. It's about a half an hour drive from St. George, Utah, which that makes it even more accessible. And it's about a 25-minute drive from Hurricane, Utah. So like I said, pretty accessible. And yeah, it's one of those more historically based parks. It's not going to be one where you're going to be seeing all this beautiful landscape, but you're going to be seeing all this other historical parts of American history. And so would I go back to Pipe Spring? 100%. I want to go back, even though it's such a small park, and I basically did almost everything in the park, except for the Ridge Trail. I did not do that. But I basically got to go and see everything at the park, and I'm like, that's super nice, because I'm like, well, I've already experienced the park once. I'd like to visit again, this time with like other people. So like, if I ever go down to the Grand Canyon, I'm going to Pipe Spring, guaranteed. It's always a must. And would I recommend you go? 100%. I really enjoyed it. My family really enjoyed it. I even had grandparents go to Pipe Spring, and they really enjoyed it because they were on their way down to Lake Powell, and they were driving past it, and they're like, no, let's stop at Pipe Spring because Jordan was talking about it a lot, so let's give it a visit. And they really enjoyed it as well. And yeah, things I would recommend you do at Pipe Springs. Obviously, get a tour of the Windsor Castle. They're usually free. It's usually Ranger Benjamin there. He's worked at Pipe Spring for a long time, and he is actually a native to the Kaibab Paiute Reservation. So it makes him 100 times more qualified to teach about Windsor Castle and the Pipe Springs history than anyone else. And so basically, did a Windsor Castle. What I did, I also fed some treats to the mule, and I didn't do the longhorn, but yeah. And yeah, so that was basically my entire trip to Pipe Spring. And I would just like to let me pull this out real quick. So here is the junior/senior ranger program for Pipe Spring National Monument. It was pretty easy. I got this in my flat ranger letter as well as the badge, which is usually not ideal because I prefer getting them in person in the mail. But here is the Pipe Springs badge. Here's the Junior Ranger badge. Pretty nice. Depicts the Windsor Castle on it. And overall, the Junior Ranger program, really good. I was able to complete most of it at home, like if not all of it at home. Most of it at home, and it was really fun. And yeah, so I want to thank you guys for watching this video. And if you guys enjoyed this, if you enjoy my content, feel free to, if you're new to the channel and enjoyed this video or kind of my review of Pipe Springs, you can feel free to go check out my reviews of the other 13 parks I've done. Actually, no, not 13. 10 parks I've reviewed. Yeah, go check that out. You can go see my vlogs and all that, and other one of my talking videos. So, I just want to thank you guys for watching, and Remember to conserve water this summer because we're in the middle of a drought. But so visit your local national parks